Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a compilation of previous DIYs. So I'm going to use some Dollar Tree super glue wood glue, and I have 3 of these nesting boxes from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use the wood glue to glue them on top of each other. I just turn them upside down, start with the biggest one and then down to the smallest one, and I just wipe away any excess glue, and I do try and get them in the center as well. Also the wee tags on the front, I made sure they were all facing the same way, and then I stained it with some early American wood stain, and I just filled it with some greenery that I got from Amazon, and it was really quick and easy, this one, but it turned out really cute. You can always put Home Sweet Home or something in the little tag holders. I have 2 of these house-shaped shadow boxes, and I took the back off one, and then I'm just sanding off the excess paper, and I have some scrapbook paper, and I'm just tracing I did the outside and then the inside. I don't know why. But I do that, I just did the inside for this one. Oh yeah, because one is going to be put back together and the other one I'm not taking apart, because I'm just using this one that I took apart as a template. So then I just cut it out, make sure it fits. And this scrapbook paper was from the one I always use that I got from Michael's years ago. So I'm just going to take off the excess paper, and I'm going to use some wood glue, and I'm just going to glue this frame back onto the backing, and I use a wee bit hot glue as well. And just wipe off any excess glue. And now I am sticking these 2 together, and I'm just going to clamp them. And these clamps were from Dollar Tree. And I stained it with the early American wood stain. And I'm going to use some plaster chalk paint. So here I have one of the scrapbook pieces of paper, and I printed off on my Cricut this sun and moon, and I made it into a stencil. I was trying to line it up perfect. And I'm just using the Dollar Tree vinyl for this. And here is my stencil. And then I'm just going to use a makeup sponge to dab on the plaster paint. And I just give it one coat of this. You don't have to make a stencil, you could just put the vinyl straight on the design, or you could use some stickers from Dollar Tree, but I didn't want the white coloured vinyl. I want it to be like more creamy off-white colour that the plaster paint is. So I'm just weeding all the pieces out, and it's still wet, so I'm just being careful with it. So here is my stained boxes, and I'm just gonna super glue use a glue stick to stick the scrapbook paper inside. And now I'm going to make a hanger for the back. And I'm just using some twine, hot glue and a popsicle stick. And now I have some of the burlap ribbon that comes in the 3-pack from Dollar Tree. So I am just hot gluing that around the join in the middle of the 2 boxes. And then I'm burning it with a lighter, burning the wee hairs off. So if you can see at the top on the right, some of the stain has leaked onto my scrapbook paper because I didn't wait for it to dry properly. So you should definitely do that. So I'm just taking some of the same ribbon and I am cutting it in half. And then I'm going to hot glue that around the inside of this box. And just be careful when you're doing it because you don't want to burn your fingers. I love these wee ribbons. You can do so many things with them. So I just hot glue that all around the inside of it, and it covered up that stain. And here I have some skewers and different sized beads, and I already started off camera, so I'm just going to show you me doing the last one. So I just hot glued the first bead on and the last bead, and then I snipped the skewer at either end so that these would all fit in. And then I stained those pieces with some early American wood stain. And now I'm just hot gluing them in place. Oh, the hot glue didn't hold on the stain, so I had to just hot glue the end ones on again. I mean the end beads. So yeah, just put a wee bit hot glue on them to hot glue them all in place. And you don't have to stain them if you don't want to. Or you can pick a different stain. It's up to you. And this is it. And I love how this turned out. So here I have 8 sets of 3 tower blocks, and I used the Dollar Tree super glue wood glue to glue them together. And I have 3 of the house shapes. These are the bigger ones, and I stained them with some Mountain Blue apple barrel paint from Walmart. And I'm just sanding all the pieces off, and because I want it to look distressed. I didn't paint the inside because I like the stripes. So here I have some metal ribbon, and I am just measuring it and then cutting it. It cuts easily with scissors. And then I am gonna glue it on. But now I found these wee nails you can get from Amazon, which make it easier to attach the metal ribbon, but I didn't have it back then. So I'm using this Scotch Maximum Strength adhesive. And I'm using a hammer just to get the corners nice so that they will sit flat. I'm just hammering it straight. And then just putting a wee bit of adhesive on. And then I just use the clamps. These clamps are from Dollar Tree as well. And I just did this in sections. Once one section was dry, I moved on to the next section because I only had so many clamps. If you can clamp it all the way along, you have enough, then you can do that. So here I'm just doing the same thing for the other side. For the bottom, I'm going to use some half beads as feet. And I just used that same glue. Now I'm using the Dollar Tree super glue, wood glue. And I'm going to glue on all these tower block pieces. And I'm going to put them in the four corners. Do this for two of them because that's all you need to do it for. You can make this taller if you wanted to and add more of these wee houses. I don't know what I was doing there. I was trying to get them level so I could just put it all together with the paintbrush. And I decided it's better just to stack them up and do it. Because I wanted to make sure all the back was in line with each other. And once I stacked them up, I just put a heavy bottle on the top just to hold it down, and this is how it turned out, and I think it turned out so pretty. I love the blue and the metal ribbon. Here I have the smallest size of these nesting boxes, and I'm just going to take the tag holder out the front, and I have some of that burlap ribbon that comes in the pack of 3, and I'm just going to hot glue it around the front edge of the box. And then I just snipped it at an angle so that it would fit nicely together, the corners. And then I have this, what does it say? We call this place our home sticker from Dollar Tree. So I just stuck that on the inside. And I have some Dollar Tree super glue wood glue. and I'm just going to put some half beads on the bottom for feet. And I was meant to do it on the side with the holes, but I wasn't paying attention. And this is how it turned out, really cute and simple. This is the middle size nesting box, and I'm going to take the tag holder off it again. You get these wee screwdrivers at Dollar Tree. I'm just using the screwdriver to make the holes bigger, as I didn't want to go get the drill. So yeah, it goes through quite easy. Just wiggle it around and make the hole bigger. And then I have some of this twine from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to hot glue the ends so I can thread it through. And I decided that that's how long I wanted it to be. So I tied a knot at one side. And then I just thread on some beads. I hot glue the other side too. And then I just thread on the beads. I don't know how many I used yet. I can't remember. I used 8. Oh no, I used 10. You can use as many as you like. So I just threaded it back through, and then I tied it in a knot at the bottom, and then I just secured it with some hot glue and then trimmed off the ends. So now I have some scrapbook paper, which is also from that same scrapbook pad from Michael's, and I just traced it and cut it out. And now I'm just going to trim it down to get it to fit inside. So I'm just marking it with a pencil and a ruler now. You can totally eyeball it if you want, but I want it to fit in perfect. Okay, it fits. So I'm just gonna put some hot glue in and then stick it down. And then I have these wee roses from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to trim them down, different lengths, and a couple of the leaves as well. And I'm just seeing how I'm going to arrange them before I glue them down. I love these wee roses. I hope they have more next year. Okay, I have another sticker out that pack that I showed you earlier. It says, always something humble and kind. I can't see. So I just stuck that up in the corner, and then I'm just hot gluing the leaves and the roses in place. I think it's always stay humble and kind. And this is how it turned out, and I think it turned out really cute. So here I have 4 of these house-shaped shadow boxes. These are the tall skinny ones, and I made 12 sets of 3 tower blocks, and I paint everything with the Waverly plaster chalk paint. I think I gave it 3 coats actually, and I have these tile stickers, and I'm just going to start sticking the tile stickers on. I only did the sides that you will see because I didn't have enough stickers. But you don't really need to do the back. Unless you wanted it to sit with the small, what am I trying to say? The small straight edge at the back and the pointy part sticking to the front, then you need to put stickers on both sides. So I just left them with a wee space in between them all. You can use extra glue if you want to. So off camera, I did that to all of them. Well, I did 2 facing one way and 2 facing the other way. And I'm going to use the Dollar Tree super glue wood glue to glue it all together. You see I'm doing them facing that way. If you wanted to, you could face them all the same way. I just wanted to mix it up a wee bit. So it's just like the other shelves that I made, and just gluing these pieces in the corners. I did that for 3 of them. Oh, and I had these wee wooden squares from Dollar Tree, and I painted them with a plaster, and I'm just going to use them for legs or feet, whatever you want to call it. So that's on the bottom one. And then I'm just gluing them all together. I'm just using some of the wood glue and some hot glue. And it's quite tall, so you won't see the top. And this is how it turned out. And I just love these stickers. I think they are so nice. I can't wait to see what ones they come out with next. This is the smallest size of these wee boxes, and I'm just taking the tag holder off the front, and I have 4 wee half beads, and I'm just gluing them on for feet. And if you do this part first, you'll make sure you have the holes on the bottom, because I didn't do that for the other one. And then I have some of these boho transfers from Dollar Tree, and I just cut out the ones that I wanted to put on it. And I love these too. I wish they made them bigger, or even stickers. I think I prefer the transfers though. So just cut out which ones that you want to use, and then I'm just cutting them down. And I'm just going to use a popsicle stick to rub them on. Okay, no I'm not. I'm using this Cricut tool. Okay, no, I'm using a popsicle stick. It was kind of fiddly doing it inside that wee box. And then I'm just using this other Cricut tool to peel up the backing paper, or the plastic part. I'm just going to do the same on the other side. and I just deciding if I was going to put it all the way around. I decided not to. And I have this wee bowl, and I wish it was a wee bit bigger, but it says Stay Wild on it. Oh, and I love how this turned out. It's so cute and simple. Here I have, I think this is the medium size box. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. So I took the tag holder off it, and now I have some different size beads, half beads, and I am just gluing some bigger ones in the corners and some smaller ones in between them, and I had to space them out a wee bit. I just did that all the way around. And I'll link all the beads down below. I know I use them all the time, so you know there's going to be links. So once I got those glued down, I'm going to put these wee feathers in the middle. I wish these were a wee bit bigger as well. I'm just going to rub them on. And make sure the holes are at the top for this one, unless you wanted to make it with feet on it. And I'm going to put some beads. So I just rubbed that transfer on, and then I had wee dots at the bottom of it, so I'm just adding the same dots to the top. So I decided I wanted to put something along the frame, so I cut out these wee arrows, and then I was going to think there's wee feathers and stuff I was going to use, but then I decided on the arrows. And I just did them all in the corner, facing in the same direction. You don't have to do this part, but I wanted to do some extra. Oh, this is now seeing if I was going to put the feathers on. So you have choices. I was playing around, and then I decided just to go with what I was originally going to do. So I just rubbed them on. Now I'm just going to attach some beads to the top. I already beaded up 6 beads. And I thought I was going to put them through it. Okay, well you won't see it when it's hanging up anyway, that there's holes in the top. And I just used the popsicle stick and some hot glue, and that's it. And I love how this one turned out as well. And here I have 5 of the nesting boxes, 2 wee ones, 2 middle ones and a big one. And I took the tag holders off the front of all of them. Some of the tags are easy to get off than others. And then I stained it all with some early American wood stain. And here I have printed out these suns and moons and some roses with stars because I couldn't find just a star with the roses on it. And I'm just going to transfer them on the inside of these boxes. And you can use any colours you want for this, you don't have to stain the boxes. And you don't have to use black vinyl. You can use whatever you like. So I'm just going to show you me doing one of these. And then I have some ink Waverly chalk paint. And I decided to paint the edges of the frames to frame the pictures some more. You don't have to do this part either. So just be careful because you don't want to get it inside your box or on the sides. I just used a wee brush for this. But you can let me know if you like it better with the black frame around it or without. Also, what colours would you do? So I did that for all of them. And then I just gave it a wee sand down to distress it a wee bit. I did that for all of them as well. I don't know why I'm showing you them all. I'm going to use the Dollar Tree Super Glue Wood Glue. I think that I say that more than anything else in my videos. And I'm just going to glue these together. And I'm gluing them in the middle of each other. You could put them all straight at the bottom if you wanted to. Also, if you didn't want to hang it up and just wanted to sit on a shelf. So now I'm just making a hanger with some twine and popsicle stick and hot glue, and I'm making it straight like this since it's like it's long, wide. I thought it would be better. I didn't want to show it to show at the top either. And this is how it turned out. The camera is shining on the vinyl. So sorry about that. This is one of the bigger nesting boxes. And I'm just taking the tag holder off again. Okay, no I'm not. This is the one that didn't want to come off. I thought it was just my hand was slippery, but anyway, this part is going to be on the bottom. So I'm just using some of the half beads to make feet. And then I'm gluing the end of this macrame rope that I got from Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to hot glue it on. I'm just going to do it all the way around. You could do 2 pieces of this if you wanted to, but I'm just doing one just to show you guys. So once you get to the end, just snip it off and then make sure it's all glued down. And then I have some wall stickers from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to stick that on the inside. And you can use any of the Dollar Tree wall stickers. And that's it. This one was nice and easy. This one, I have one of the tall skinny house-shaped boxes. I'm going to paint it with some ink Waverly chalk paint, and then I dry brush it with some elephant chalk paint, and then I painted the inside of it with some ivory chalk paint, and I printed off this bat from Cricut Design Space, and oh, I love this bat. I was supposed to make something bigger with it this year, but because this is a Halloween DIY from last year, but I didn't get around to it. So I'm just weeding it, and then I'm going to transfer it to the top. I'm just making sure the wee branches touch it at the top, well, either side of the branch. I still have this in my craft room because I love Halloween and bats and anything spooky. So I printed off Home Sweet Haunted Home, so I'm just going to attach those to it now. And the haunted word was not part of this Home Sweet Haunted Home, but I liked the haunted writing from another one better, so I just put the two of them together. And that's it. And I love how this turned out. This is one of the larger boxes, and I don't even bother taking off the tag holder on the bottom this time. And I just put some half beads on it. I'm just measuring the inside of the box, and I have this dark hollow kit scrapbook paper. I'll link it down below. And I really like this part with the witch and the full moon, so I cut off the top piece and now I'm just measuring it so that I can cut it out. You can eyeball it if you want to. And it fit in. So I just have to take it out so I can stick it in. And I'm just using a glue stick. You could just hot glue it if you wanted to. Also, you can paint the box as well. So here I have a wee skeleton from Dollar Tree and a wee pumpkin. I used a Sharpie to paint the face. Just don't paint with a Sharpie to draw the face on. I made this last year, so I'm just gluing that down with hot glue one side, and these wee pumpkins I got this year, and just gluing a smaller one there, and then I'm gonna glue the skeleton sitting up, and I bent his leg so that it would hang down instead of sticking straight out. And this is it. And I love how this turned out. I spelled Merry Christmas with these letters I got from Amazon. I'll link them down below. I painted them with some holiday red paint. These snowflakes, I will link them down below as well. And I painted those with some plaster chalk paint. And then I have another one of these houses. This is the larger one. And the scrapbook paper is from that same scrapbook pad. I made so many DIYs from it. So I'm trying to measure it out because I want it to fit perfect, but that doesn't even work. So I'll show you what I do to fix it. But I'm measuring all the parts. And then I just cut it out with some scissors. I'm just marking off the center here. And then join it up with the sides. So I wanted to see if it was going to fit right, and I thought it was. So then I cut it, and there's a wee gap at the top where you can see the blue and green stripes. So all I do is I just cut off another piece of scrapbook paper, and then I glue that down where that gap is. That's me just checking it. So I glue it with some glue stick, and then that hides the gap and no one will notice. And then I just glued the rest of it down with a glue stick. Make sure you get the corners. This wee tree is from Dollar Tree, and I just turn it around to make sure it's going to fit, and then I just hot glue it in place. I'm going to use some Dollar Tree super glue wood glue, and I already placed the letters and the snowflakes where I want to put them, so I just glue them down with the wood glue. You can use different glue for this if you want to, but they are wood pieces and it works even when you're sticking wood to other things. And then I use the lines on the paper to make sure my words are straight and just glue them all down. I was going to change where I put the Mary, but then I just decided to line smaller letters with the top of the smaller letters with the line above. And it's another cute simple DIY. And this is the taller house shadow box. How can I forget what they are? I've been talking about them half the video. So I just pushed the back off, and then I used a sanding block to sand off all the extra paper. Then I ripped off any pieces of paper that were sticking up. And this fabric is from Dollar Tree, and I love this fabric. So I'm just going to position the backing in between the lines. I'm trying to make it even. And then I just cut it out, and I'm just going to glue it on with a glue stick. I didn't cut it out perfect because I want to be able to move it around and make sure I get the lines as straight as I can. And the glue stick doesn't dry straight away, so you can wiggle the fabric around until you are happy with how it looks, and then just trim it off. I'm using some Dollar Tree super glue wood glue, and I'm just going to glue the frame back on. And then these Scrabble letters, I know you can get them at Dollar Tree, but I got these ones from Amazon, and I will link them down below as well. And I spelled out merry and bright. So I put bright along the bottom in the center, and then I left a space, and I just use the lines to make sure that everything is straight. And then I just did the same for the merry, and I just glued them on with the wood glue as well. These stars, tassels and assorted shaped beads are from Amazon. I will link them down below. I just picked one of each, and then I hot glued the ends of a piece of twine together, and I looped through the tassel, and then I put it through the star and then put the bead on, but then I changed my mind because I didn't like how it was going to sit. So then I put the tassel on, and then I put the twine through the hole and then through the loop, and then put the bead on, and then I tied it at the top of the bead. Did any of that make sense? And then I hot glued the top of the knot to the top of the house, and I just burnt off some wee hairs. And now you can see some of the fabric, so I thought I would cover that up. And I'm just using this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue that around the sides but not the bottom, because this is a standing sign, so unless you want to hang it up then you don't need to do it on the bottom. And then I just trimmed off the end, and this is how it turned out, and I like how this one turned out too. I love that fabric. This DIY is from a really old video when I first found these boxes, so I'm not going to do anything to them. I am just going to glue them sitting in different directions on top of each other like this. I'm just using some hot glue. I did end up taking it apart and using these boxes for some of these other DIYs. And I'm just filling it up with some reindeer moss, and that's from Dollar Tree as well. I just wanted this to look like it was all overgrown with the moss. And then I just put a succulent on top. You can put more if you want to. You can also put like Home Sweet Home or something in the tag holders. And that's how it turned out. Let me know which one is your favourite. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.